Hey guys, it's Rob. Okay, I need to put you onto something. Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Rorick was an instant New York Times bestseller. That should be enough right there. End of commercial, but I will go on because it originally blew up on Book Talk. Like, I'm talking tens of thousands of reviews. Major fan obsession energy. So if you love dark romantasy with serious world building, this one delivers. Fae, dragons, gods, shifters, vampires. I mean, supernatural fans, this is right up our alley. Basically everything you want, plus a really unique twist with modern technology woven into the fantasy world. And the tropes, oh man, you've got fated mates, enemies with benefits, morally gray characters, my favorite kind of character, toucher and die, forced proximity, truly all the good stuff. But what really stands out is the emotional depth. The main character is dealing with anxiety and depression in a way that actually shapes the story. So it hits on a deeper level while still giving you that addictive, dramatic romance. I mean, it really is the best of all things. It's something that really appeals to us personally, but it also feeds our love of fantasy, romantasy. Also, if you're a special edition person, there's a gorgeous deluxe version with stenciled edges, foil details, and full color character art from Kensington Publishing. It's on sale now, so if you've been looking for your next fantasy binge, this is it. Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Rorick. You can find it wherever books are sold, in print and in ebook.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
In 2005, two brothers hit the road searching for their father and ended up fighting demons, ghosts, monsters, angels, and preventing the apocalypse.
Over 15 seasons, Supernatural became more than just a television series. It became a fandom, a community, and for many people, a chosen family.
I'm Richard Speight Jr. I played the Trickster, Gabriel, Loki, and I also directed a number of episodes along the way.
And I'm Rob Benedict. I played Chuck Shirley, who was later revealed to be God.
Spoiler alert! Now, we spent years making the show, but we never actually sat down and watched every single episode in order. Until now.
And this season, we're diving into Season 9, the fallout of the angel trials and the fall of heaven, secret possessions and broken trust, and a whole new war between angels, demons, and the Winchester brothers.
Each week, we'll revisit every episode alongside the actors, writers, directors, editors, composers, and a whole slew of crew members who helped bring the series to life.
We'll share behind-the-scenes stories, revisit unforgettable moments, and talk about what happened on set, preserving the history of this iconic show.
Now, fair warning, just like Rob proved a few seconds ago, there will be spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there will be. And remember, this is our first real watch-through of the series, so if we forget a plot point, mix up some lore, or don't know what happens 3 episodes from now, that's just part of the ride.
So join us as we fire up the Impala once again, hit the open road, and continue our journey through Season 9 of Supernatural. Well, hello, everyone. This is Rob Benedict.
Rob, your voice has changed since Season 8. This is Richard Speight Jr., and you seem different.
I went through puberty.
Yeah.
We are talking about Season 9, Episode 1.
I mean, dude, we haven't talked since Season 8, you and I.
That's very true, except we have.
But in theory...
The name of this episode is I Think I'll Like It Here.
I already am a fan of this episode based on the fact that they are doing a nod to Annie. as the title of the episode.
You were all in just with the title.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
I'm excited too. It was a solid season opener. We'll get into it obviously, but I'm like, I think I'm gonna like season 9.
I think Rob's gonna like this season.
I think I'll like it, season 9. Well, if you haven't yet, guys, now's the time. Please follow us on Apple or Spotify. Leave us a rating,
Dude.
especially if it's 5 stars.
What do we have to do? Like, you're listening to this show. We're starting season 9. You're still not following us. Just tell us what we're doing wrong so you'll follow us. God!
Or don't.
Come on. I think you're going to like it here. See what I did there?
Or don't. We don't need to tell us what we're doing wrong. Just follow us.
No, just tell Rob what he's doing wrong.
Yeah,
And Steve and I will help enforce it. Whatever changes you need Rob to make.
It really does help the visibility of the show on the charts. So let's keep going. Tell your friends, tell your Supernatural fan friends, and let's make Supernatural Then and Now number 1.
We want this show to be on the charts.
Number 1 on the charts. Do your part and spread the word.
Yeah, don't make us do our job. You do our job.
All right, shall I get into it? I feel like we should start over.
No! This is magic. You can't write this kind of stuff, which is why Steve doesn't even try.
Then people ask us if it's scripted. Obviously, if it were scripted, it would be that we're dual dialogue the whole time we're talking at the same time.
You're just talking over each other. Robert, why don't you do the summary? Let's do it. And by the way, before you even get to the summary, because this starts before the show, how great was that season 8 wrap-up?
Yeah, it's great.
Who Do You Love? The George Thorogood cover of the Bo Diddley classic.
Who do you love?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, so here we go. Robert summarizing.
As the season opens, Sam and Dean are driving when Dean reveals a harsh truth.
Do you think it's hard for people to understand season 9 if they're German? Because it just sounds like we're saying
Season
no.
That would be confusing. The harsh truth is that Sam has fallen into a coma from the damage sustained during the trials. Remember that? Remember that, Rich?
Yep, that was right at the end of the season 8.
That's right. And what feels like a conversation between two brothers is actually taking place inside Sam's head.
Now, I will say, I was sitting there watching the driving sequence, which, they do a lot of driving sequences. And did you notice, like, right at one particular point, the camera did a little twist on Dean and then a twist on Sam. And I remember thinking, whoa, that's weird. And I thought the director's just trying to make a driving sequence interesting.
No.
And that's before they revealed they were dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's John Showalter directed this. And I was like,
Yep.
that was super clever.
Yep.
Because he just did something very slightly not normal with the driving sequence.
And he continued to do it, too. He continued to do it.
Then he really leaned into it.
Yeah, he kind of
just a little bit at the beginning where you go like, this feels different.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really cool cinematic way of nodding to what was going on.
Yeah, and as the scene went on in the car, the camera kind of tilts a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, and you feel a little like this isn't normal.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally saw that as well. And so in the real world, Sam lies unresponsive in a hospital bed, and the doctors offer little hope for recovery. Desperate, Dean prays to Castiel for help. In a church, in a hospital church, which is unusually crowded. I never think of the hospital churches being that packed.
No, but when's the last time we went to a hospital church?
No, sometimes I'll lean in.
On us.
Sometimes I'll peek in just to see what's happening in there when I pray to Castiel for help. Anyway, he gets no response, nothing from Castiel. And we'll get back to that. But in a moment of raw vulnerability, he opens the call to any angel willing to assist, offering his cooperation in exchange for saving his brother. Inside Sam's mind, the battle plays out as a struggle between two hallucinations. One is Dean urging Sam to fight his way back, and one is Bobby. Bobby's back. It's nice to see Bobby back, Bobby back, Bobby back.
We finally got Bobby back, Bobby back, Bobby. He's in the backseat. Were you surprised?
No, because I think by that point I'd seen his name in the credits.
Oh.
I'm still grabbed with the fact that like he's really dead. And for the rest of the second half of the show, every time we see him, because I know we're going to see him a lot.
Yeah.
It's from the dead?
Yeah.
I'm angry about it.
I know.
But Bobby, who gently tells Sam he's earned the right to let go. Sam, exhausted and wounded to his core, finds himself drawn to Bobby's path. Bobby leads him through a peaceful forest, reminding him of everything he sacrificed, that he saved the world more than once, and that no one could blame him for finally putting it down.
If Bobby was leading you and me to that cabin, we would not be talking about saving the world. Like, what would he be like? Let it go, Rob. You
never amounted to not much.
Well, you hold on a second. Let me check my notes. And Rich, you
Well, certainly.
You got a great deal on that used car once.
Yeah, and you made a lot of fun of Robbie.
And you read a lot of buses went over a big bump. It turned out that was Bobby because you threw him under the bus a lot.
Yeah.
You're good at that. You were good at that.
Good at that. So I guess there's
and Robbie,
that.
you were good at going harumph every time he did that.
Well, their journey ends at a quiet cabin where Death himself is waiting, calm and unhurried. Vision Dean says she should have brought crow nuts.
Oh, crow nuts.
It was fun to see Death again.
Love Julian Richings.
He's so awesome and so great in that role. Back at the hospital, Dean's prayer bears unexpected fruit. After briefly mistaking a grief counselor for an angel, Dean is confronted by an aggressive angel demanding Castiel's location before things turn fatal. A second angel, battered from the fall, intervenes. In the scuffle, Dean manages to impale the hostile angel, but the other, who identifies himself as Ezekiel, and we know as Tahmoh Penikett, earns Dean's cautious trust. Ezekiel speaks highly of both Dean and Castiel's efforts, and when his attempts to heal Sam from the outside fall short, he presents a last resort, possessing Sam's body to heal both of them from within, then leaving once the job is done. Dean is reluctant, knowing Sam would never agree to be possessed, but a vision Ezekiel shows him of Sam serenely accepting Death's offer leaves him no other choice. Meanwhile, Castiel is navigating his sudden humanity on the side of a road. Having fallen to earth with other angels, he's now fully human, bleeding, disoriented, powerless.
Cuts his hand.
Yeah.
Like vulnerable.
Ouch. He hitches a ride into town and winds up at a gas station where a young angel named Hale recognizes him.
What the hell?
What?
By the way, that gal.
What the hell?
That was funny when he did something with that guy on the phone, the big biker looking dude.
Oh, that was really funny.
Put his two fingers on him like, I will now go away from the phone. I must hurt you.
Yeah, I'm glad it didn't turn violent.
And he's like, I'm going to finish up this call.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to stab you.
Yeah.
Was a funny line.
Very funny. Castiel tries to reassure Hale. Oh, Hale, no. Tries to reassure her that life on Earth might have its own rewards, even pointing to the Grand Canyon, which Hale once helped create.
Wait a minute. She was an angel, right?
Yeah.
But now she's down with the people. So in right now, in this moment, it's hail on Earth.
Yeah. If it gets suddenly cold, it will be hail freezing over.
Hail freezes over. And if she stands next to a taxi, it would be hail a cab.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's a nice twist on that bit. So Castiel tries to reassure her that this beauty on Earth might be something worth experiencing, like going to the Grand Canyon. But Hale has a more urgent agenda.
You can't say Hale.
I really can't. Her vessel is deteriorating.
Hale.
And she wants to merge with Castiel's stronger vessel to survive. When he refuses, she knocks him out and takes the wheel. Angel blade in her lap.
Ooh, hail hath no fury.
Castiel awakens as her hostage. Cornered but resourceful, he buckles his seatbelt and deliberately crashes the car.
Yeah.
When Hale threatens to reveal his location to every angel via angel radio, Castiel kills her, a hard choice that signals just how dangerous his new powerless existence will be.
Give him hail, Castiel.
That should have been her dying words. With time running out at the hospital, Dean angel-proofs Sam's room and begins evacuating the floor as more angels close in.
I was surprised Dean knew so many sigils just off the top of his
God,
head.
those are a lot of sigils.
Yeah.
Using Ezekiel as a bridge, Dean is allowed to enter Sam's mind one last time to make his case directly. He finds Sam at the threshold of the cabin, ready to step inside and let go. Dean pleads with him, appealing to their bond and their unfinished work. Sam agrees to come back, but he doesn't know that his yes is also the consent Ezekiel needs to take up residence in his body. Dean makes it the call so Sam will live, even knowing it's a secret that could fracture everything between them. Sam wakes up on the open road with Dean, apparently healthy, with no memory of the day after the angels fell. Ezekiel has wiped it clean. He's eager to get back to work, unaware that an angel is quietly healing him from the inside. Dean watches him, relieved and burdened in equal measure. Already living inside a lie, he told himself he had no choice but to tell.
Why is Dean so flipped out? I don't understand the torment here about letting Gadriel or Ezekiel into Sam. If that's the only way to save his life, isn't that the right move?
Yeah, but he's not quite really Sam. It's like he's back, but it's not. He wasn't healed on Earth by physical means. He's healed by an angel who's kind of taking the wheel. That's my take.
Yeah, I just unless I missed something, Ezekiel says I can maybe heal Sam internally, right? Like if I go in there,
right?
That doesn't seem like that's a big moral tug of war.
Well, just so the way that it happened, which by the way, I was going to mention, I took Rob's dumb notes, by the way.
Rob's dumb notes. We're sick of them. Rob's dumb notes. Let's burn them. Rob's dumb note. I hope that goes straight to Hale. Meaning, I hope you give those notes to Hale.
We were on the road just now, and a lot of people said, "Hey, what happened to Rob's dumb notes?" And I said,
"So bringing them back.
I'll bring them back." But one of my notes was that when Tahmoh is inside, when Ezekiel is inside Sam, there's that great scene where they're walking, and Jared Padalecki does a great job.
God, he's great
acting like Tahmoh is inside him. I really love that
Jared
scene.
does a great job with that.
Yeah,
even the choice of words, which is either great writing and Sam and Jared great acting, or Jared just said, "Hey, I'm going to use words more like what
Tahmoh would use."
Tahmoh would do, and it was really good.
Yeah, really good. And I think maybe my guess is that what Dean's hesitation is coming from is like it's like bringing someone back from the dead, but it's by he's got to trust this angel, and he doesn't know that angel's driving the ship.
Right.
He's healing from the inside. So when Sam comes to life and he doesn't remember anything, he's just not totally Sam, 100% Sam.
Right. And Sam doesn't know that he's currently being violated.
Exactly. Also, my dumb notes, I had the cool car shots, which I already talked about.
Cool car shots in your dumb notes.
And then also when he puts the call out to the angels and you see Tahmoh get off a bus and then get back on the bus and you see another angel, like you see angels taking the call. And one is that big farmer guy.
Yeah, hits the tractor gas.
So he goes, I'm going to take my tractor. Like, how far does he have to get with that tractor?
I got to take this mofo on the freeway.
And then when Tahmoh's there and he comes to and he's in that circle of fire.
Yeah.
Where in the hospital did he find a spare room to light a fire, and how did it not burn the hospital down?
So, I also thought when Dean falls to the floor and he's in the hospital hallway and he's like, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he is quick with the blood sigil.
Yeah.
Like he makes quick work of that.
Yeah, and you need a lot of blood.
Yeah.
If you're bleeding that much, you're
pretty bloody, but like he never looks down. I'm like, that's impressive.
Yeah. Okay, here's another question I'm going to just pose on the air. I posed it off the air and then decided we need to talk about this on there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put this out there. I'm confused because I thought Tahmoh played someone named Gadriel. Because Tahmoh is one of those people.
Gadriel.
Sure. Maybe. I don't know because they didn't say it. Because he's Ezekiel.
Yeah, I know. I'm thrown by that too. And I actually here's how thrown I was. You bringing that up is the first time I'm realizing he didn't use the name Gadriel.
No, he's Ezekiel. And I was like, what the? I got some bad intel because Tahmoh's one of those people, and I'll tell Tahmoh, who's our guest today, when people say, what are some of, I don't know, surprises, things we learn by doing this podcast. And, there are people we've traveled the world with, and I have no idea who they even play. And I had a funny moment with Tahmoh a couple years ago. You and I are in England with him having a beer, and I was like, Tahmoh, who do you play on the show? And I thought he said Gadriel. So we'll see.
I thought he did too. Well, he did say that,
Maybe there's a twist coming up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, can we not trust anybody? We can't even trust Tahmoh anymore.
Oh, I trust Tahmoh. Come on now. He'll shoot straight with us today.
All right. So Rich, it's time.
It is. You ready?
Yeah.
First time in season 9. Here we go. Arr! 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 Rob and Rich. Ratings. Okay. Now we got to give a beard rating to this guy. It's a good episode.
Yeah.
It's setting us up for stuff that's going to be cool.
Written by Jeremy Carver, directed by Showalter.
Really well directed, really well written. I love the introduction of Tahmoh's character. I thought it was really cool.
Yep.
I liked him when he's like, I don't recall meeting you. I will happily reacquaint myself to you as soon as you disarm. Like, the way he speaks.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Totally.
And also, and I don't know if this is because I know Tahmoh or because of the character. I actually think it's the character, but it probably is colored a little bit by the fact that I know him. It's the scariest angel of all time. Because he's such an intimidating guy.
But he's a sweetheart.
I know, but even that scene where he's like, I will gladly reintroduce myself as soon as you disarm. There's such an intensity to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very Tahmoh. I really enjoyed the episode. I'm going to give this, in honor of his flippin' return, I'm going to give this the Bobby Singer, the Jim Beaver, Bobby Singer, episode 901 beard. Because it's a solid beard. Okay. I'm holding back on the Stapleton, not because it's not a great episode, but because I know it's a setup. And so, it's early. Being teed up. Yeah, it's early.
It's too early.
But I'm going to go Jim Beaver, solid, Julian Richings, Tahmoh Penikett. Great start to the season. Really good. Honestly, the recap alone deserves the Jim Beaver.
Yeah.
Great editing on the recap. So I'm going to go the Bobby Singer, Jim Beaver, episode 901 beard.
All right, I'm going to give it a celebrity beard. And I have the same as you. I can't give it the 100%. Just because we have somewhere to go. But I'm going to give it to Zach Galifianakis.
Yep, it's solid.
And
I like it.
The recent Galifianakis, he's got a new show on Netflix. This is not an ad. It's a full Galifianakis, but it's also trimmed. So it's a good beard. It's not an out-of-control beard. It's a good beard. That's what I'm going to give it.
Great. Those are good reviews.
Indeed.
Good start to the season.
That's right.
For season, no.
Season no, as it's known in Germany. But I really, I'm excited. I'm excited about season 9. And I like the idea, possibly, of the big bads being sort of these angels that have come back down to earth. And maybe it'll open the door and we'll see some archangels like Lucifer, or like Michael. What are some of our others? Balthazar.
Yeah,
anyway, hopefully it opens the door to some of our favorite archangels.
Yeah, man. I wish it did.
But it does. You're in this season.
Am I in season 9?
Yes.
Oh.
Aren't you? Isn't this the one where you come back?
Now that you say that, I think you might be right.
You'd think of all people, you would know that.
Oh, man.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was season 10. I thought that was season 9.
I think you might be right. I think it's season 9. I think you're right.
We got lots of things to look forward to, including this next interview.
Yeah, you already tipped your cap to it, but I'm excited.
Tahmoh Penikett. Tahmoh has appeared in so many TV series, it's crazy. Dark Angel, Stargate SG-1, The L Word, Smallville, Robot Chicken, Dollhouse, Human Target, Castle, Arrow, Criminal Minds, Fire Country, Tracker. That isn't even half the list. He's been in movies like Man of Steel and Trick or Treat. He may be most famous for his role as Captain Carl Hilo Agathon in the series Battlestar Galactica.
And he hails from Whitehorse, Yukon.
A place where Rich has been.
And you know what? When you think of Tahmoh Penikett and you're about to say his name, I immediately want to go, don't call it a comeback.
That's right.
I've been here for years. That's his official Supernatural Convention entry song, stage.
Yeah.
His if you have a song that brings you onto the stage in a talk show or in this case a convention, there's no better song than Loudon Swain's rendition of
Don't Call It a Comeback.
Is that what it's called, or is it called Knock You Out?
I'm gonna knock you. Mama Said Knock You Out.
Mama Said Knock You Out.
We love him for his roles as Ezekiel and Gadriel in Supernatural. Ladies and gentlemen, Tahmoh Penikett.
What's happening, gentlemen?
Tahmoh!
Thanks for doing this. We're excited to finally get to your storyline.
Yeah, it's okay. It's been 9 years. I didn't take it personally or anything.
This is the weirdest. Okay, Rob and I, and by the way, we're already into this thing. So Robbie and I are like watching the show for the first time, as we've told you.
Well, and you remember, real quick, Rich, remember Tahmoh, the three of us were having a pint in England 2 years ago, maybe a year ago or 2 years ago. And I was like, Tahmoh, we've traveled the world together. Who did you play on the show? Like, I have no idea who you played. And you're like, I played Gadriel, and we talked about it. So here we're watching this episode, and you're introduced as Ezekiel, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude. It's and we just are now kind of unraveling what our friends did for the show. It's kind of interesting to sort of get to everybody's chapter. Now, full disclosure, and you may not remember this, Tahmoh, but I met you during season 9 because I came and did some shadowing. And I was shadowing Guy B during an episode you shot at a bowling alley.
I totally remember. Yeah.
Well, you know why? Because I remember you. So I went up and introduced myself because I'm like, this guy's not going to understand why I'm just standing around. So I introduced myself to him while he's acting. And he's like, hi. And I was making small talk. And I asked him where he's from, and you'd said Whitehorse, Yukon. And they're like, I've actually been to Whitehorse, Yukon. And you immediately thought I was messing with you. And you're like, yeah, whatever, jackhole, take a walk. I'm like, no, I have.
I'm a Yukoner.
It's great to see your stuff, dude. Like, it's so I want to let's start at the beginning. And first question for me is, had you heard of the show? Like, is this a show that was on your radar at all?
Well, I'd heard of it because, Vancouver's a small city, as you know. We've got a very, there's a close-knit community here. And whenever there's significant projects happening, we're all aware of it. Everyone had been working on Supernatural. And part of the reason I was aware of the show was it kind of started, as I remember, around the same time that Battlestar started. So when both shows were happening, there was a lot of talk in the town about Supernatural at the time. And I think I met Jared a few times over the years in Vancouver through Alex Ponovic, who you guys know, one of my best buddies. And I think Alex worked on the show 2 or 3 different times, 2 different guest stars, 3 different guest stars. And Jared, being a big UFC fan, we'd seen each other at, the fights. And I thought he was a great guy. And I met him and Genevieve once down on the seawall. Just brief conversation. Never, had the opportunity to really become friends with him. And then when I finally got on the show, there was 9 seasons in, man. It was very established, very well respected, and so many different friends have worked on it. And at that point, I met Jensen a few times too.
You land a role on this thing, though. Like, for all the roles that are floating around, you land a doozy. I mean, you land a. That's kind of like, had you been up for any other part previous to this one?
I think there've been a couple auditions, only a few though, and they happened outside of Battlestar. Like when I was off of Battlestar, when we were done, when we were concluded the 5 seasons, and when I finally got on, you got to remember though, and I've told this story before. So when I got the audition, they gave me no information, as they do with Supernatural. They're like, look, you can be playing an angel, and here are the sides. And the sides they gave me, they said, ignore the name on there. It's going to say Castiel. Just, you're going to be playing a different angel. So they gave me actual sides, I think, from an episode of Misha's.
Okay.
That was the audition.
Whoa.
Which was very odd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I don't even remember exactly what transpired in the scene, but it was, it was pretty straightforward. And I did it in the room with the director, and I can't remember the director's name at the time. And then he said, good, I like your choices. Just so you know, you're actually going to be playing a different angel. And he's an angel pretending to be another angel. And I was like, sorry, say that one more time. He goes, yeah. So, and that's all the information he gave me. He goes, so give me another take with that knowledge.
Wow.
That you're pretending to be a very upstanding and respected an honorable angel, but you're not that angel.
It's interesting. It sounds like a director. It almost sounds like an SNL skit of like how to tank an actor's audition. Like, give them the weirdest note possible.
It really was. So I did it again, and then we found out that we got it. And my agent told me, she's like, look, it's a couple episodes. And I said, I'd really like some information about this because the director kind of confused me in the room. Do we know anything? I'll ask and I'll see what I can get. And I didn't get anything until I got the episode. And because I hadn't been watching the series, I was really kind of piecing it together.
Yeah.
As I went and just showed up on the day, and everyone was like, I ran into Jared, and he's like, I was picking his brain right away for questions. He's like, oh, buddy, that's just how the show is. He goes, just do your thing. Everyone's going to be happy. It's good. I was like, okay, thanks. It doesn't help my anxiety.
Not at all.
No. You're like the last to find out who you are.
And it's also important for people who listen to be reminded that at the time, there was no just hopping on Netflix and watching seasons 1 through 9. Like, if you didn't watch it on TV in real time, you could maybe go get on the treadmill and hope that it reran. But otherwise, like, there's no way to go watch it.
Yeah, and what are you going to do? You're gonna in the week time that I had, I'm going to marathon 9 seasons or 8 seasons. It's not going to happen.
No way.
I got to tell you something. A lot of these listeners have done exactly that. But no, not for the working man trying to prepare for a role. No, that's not really going to happen.
Just hold that thought. We're coming right back. Hey everybody, it's Rob Benedict. It's that time of the year where things are starting to take off. It's really starting to get things going. The convention circuit is starting again, and I've been more intentional about what I wear day to day. I'm leaning into pieces that feel more comfortable and easy to put on. And I just want simple. I want simple. Just get dressed and go because I don't have time to overthink it. Well, Quince has all the wardrobe staples for spring, and they're easy. They fit all the things I'm looking for. Easy, comfortable, efficient clothes wearing. You want it to be easy, and you don't want to have to search high and low for the best stuff or feel like you have to pay more. Quince makes it easy. Think European linen shorts and shirts starting at $34. Lightweight, breathable, comfortable, but still they look put together. And clean, 100% Pima cotton tees with a softness that has to be felt. And their pants. Don't get me started on their pants. It's the same deal. Balanced, relaxed, comfortable, but still polished enough to hit the parties if you want to. Everything is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find at similar brands. Quince works directly with ethical factories and cuts out the middlemen. That's my favorite part. So you're getting premium materials without the markup. I'm still loving this pair of linen shorts I bought at the end of last year, and I haven't been able to wear them, and now the weather's changing, and I've gotten to, and they're super comfortable. And everybody says to me, where did you get those? At one of your fancy pants European clotheries? Are they called clotheries? Clothing stores. No, I say. I got them at Quince. Super easy. It's just easy. You don't have to think, do I look good in this? You look good in it. Quince makes sure. So refresh your everyday with luxury you'll actually use. Head to quince.com/STN for free shipping on your order plus 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too? That's QUINCE.com/STN for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/STN.
You need Mint Mobile if you want to save money on your wireless bill. There, I said it. And if you have kids, which I do, I have 3 of them, you can save big money. I'm telling you, these wireless bills can get out of control fast, especially with teens. Teens, they're the worst. Well, put them on a Mint Mobile plan. They'll get everything they need. You'll get everything you need. Crisp, clear connections, and a ton of data. So you got to stop overpaying for wireless. I know why you're doing it. You're doing it because that's just how it's always been done. Well, Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans that start at $15 a month. In this day and age, are you kidding me? Gas is practically $15 a gallon. $15 a month for a cell phone bill, that's a screaming deal. And all plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So bring your own phone and your current number. You activate with an eSIM in minutes, and you start saving money immediately. No long-term contracts, no hassle. You're not locked into anything. So ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. I got to tell you something. It works for the Spate family. You know how teens are. We've been over that. Well, put them on a lockdown plan where they're getting everything they need out of a cell phone, but you're not paying for a bunch of junk. The cell phone works like gangbusters, and you're going to thank me. You'll be glad you did. So if you like your money, like I like my money, Mint Mobile is for you. If you don't like money, hey, go to the casinos, go blow it on a bunch of crap. But I say don't do that. I say sign up with Mint, and you can do that easily. All you got to do is shop plans at mintmobile.com/SPN10. That's mintmobile.com/SPN10. You're welcome. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Thanks for listening. Now, back to the episode.
Well, how did you get your start in acting? What was your origin story there?
As you guys know, I grew up in a very small, isolated Northern Canadian town. My father, he's a career politician. He's a writer. He's done many different things. But when my father was in university, he was a playwright. He had a theater company. And he's always had a real appreciation of the arts and film. He's always been a cinephile. He's loved film. And from a very young age, growing up in Whitehorse, Yukon, we actually had two theaters in a town of like when I was 5 or 6, Whitehorse was 12,500 people. It was so tiny. And yet by the time I was in high school, but we still had two theaters. It's one thing about northern towns, what a lot of people are privy to, is that they're often quite artistic. There's elements of that within these small isolated places because it is so isolated, and you're always wanting for something more. Those in the community who are into the arts or want the arts. Luckily, when my father was in government, he supported the arts completely. Like we had a college built in our town of 20,000 people, state of the art college with a music, art, and drama program at the school. The theater was so. It was really exceptional for such a small town that I was in a music, art, and drama program my last year of high school, and we actually went to school at the college instead of the high school, which is a totally different part of town.
Oh.
So
wow.
When I got accepted to that program, it kind of really, re-inspired, reinvigorated that dream of mine to get out of Whitehorse and to be on the big screen. Because as a kid, my father taking me to movies all the time, I was always just dreaming. I was so fascinated by the medium. I would see these films. I would see actors like Harrison Ford and some of the big stars in the 80s and 90s and just think like, I got to do this, man. I want to do this. This just looks so incredible to me. These people are shooting in different locations. They're learning new skills for these different roles. They're applying different accents. They're getting to see the world, to be from such a small, isolated, and the Yukon, and Rich can attest to this because he's pretty much a Yukoner now because he's been there and he's filmed there. Yeah,
pretty much.
Right.
A local.
Yeah,
A local. Yeah,
it's so far. It's so northern. It's very isolated. You can be from a small town in the States. You can be from a small town in even British Columbia, Canada. But the fact is, if you drive a half hour, you drive an hour away, there's a bigger place around the corner. There's larger populations throughout the rest of the country.
Right.
Whitehorse was the city center for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of miles. We were isolated.
Wow.
So to dream big, to think about leaving the town, to pursue a career in acting, that's a lofty dream. That's a big one.
It's a big dream.
To be honest with you, it's not something you'd brag about too much. It's not something in the era that I grew up in, you talk about too much in a small town like that.
Were your parents supportive?
They were to a point. They really were. My father's he's a Brit. He came over. He went to like St. Albans in London, which is like the oldest boys' school, one of the oldest ones in the world. It's a very, very famous school.
Oh wow,
900 years old. So he comes from that that classic British private school sort of training. And he was of the mindset that, you need an education, you need a degree if you're going to do anything in life. But he also came from the arts and he always, he loved it. So he knew that I had a love for it. He encouraged me, but he was also encouraging me at the same time to get something that I could fall back on.
So did you? I mean, did you go to university?
I went to college as soon as I came to Vancouver, and I did about a year and a half. And at the same time, so Douglas College, as you guys know, where New Westminster is, it's away from downtown.
Yeah.
And I got an apartment there when I traveled for a couple of years, and then I moved to Vancouver with the intention of being an actor, but to appease my parents, I was like, I'll go to college. I'd had a few friends' parents, one in particular who was an anthropologist, and she always talked about culture with me and traveling and where she'd been. And for me, I was like, this seems like something I'd be really interested in. I'm gonna start off with some anthropology classes. And I just traveled in Southeast Asia. I was backpacking there in Thailand, mostly in Indonesia. And then 7 months before that, I was in Mexico, in the Yucatan for a month and a half. So when I came back and I moved to Vancouver, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to college. These are the classes I'm going to take sociology, going to take anthropology, but I'm going to be taking myself to Vancouver on the SkyTrain, the 45 minutes to an hour, and getting into an acting class whenever I can. So I was doing scene study in Vancouver at the time. And I just knew early on, I went in brimming with confidence, especially after being freshly traveled and so cultured and worldly and feeling so much mature than, a lot of these college kids I was going to school with who were just fresh out of high school and right into college and hadn't seen the world like I had, or at least I thought I had. But I was thinking, that
Right.
as much as the anthropology classes were fascinating to me and I really enjoyed them, I could see that I was having a late start. A lot of kids in Vancouver, because the industry had been, as far as I understood it, doing very well for well over a decade, maybe 15 years at the time. A lot of the kids that I was in school with, doing these acting classes at Gastown Actors Studio were so good. And I remember the first class that I went into, I signed myself up for an intermediate at Gastown Actors Studio. Some very famous Canadian, like Vancouver actors came out of there. Barry Pepper, Martin Cummings. Yeah, they all studied at Gastown.
Oh, wow.
It's no longer there, but he was well respected at the time.
Well, that talent led you to Supernatural.
Yeah.
Which is why we are gathered here today.
Right.
This episode's great, by the way. And as we're sitting here watching it, came off of season 8, which had a really strong end. And season 9, your character intro, of course, I know you, but they bury your intro in this cool, montage of intros, right?
Montage of other people.
Which one of these people is going to pop? Guy at a tractor, guy at the family, and you get off the bus, and it's great. And then when we finally meet you and you're interacting with this guy, I told Rob when we were talking about the episode, you bring such a quiet intensity, which, look, I've seen your work in Battlestar. That's kind of an energy you bring with you to the screen anyway, but you really have a reserved thing going on in this. It's a power play that I love. Because you first meet this angel who's wielding the blade, and you're like, nope. But you have this very calm, it feels like a Zen fighting sort of energy to this character. Does that make sense?
100%. But it's been so long since I've seen it, man. And I'll tell you, it in a very interesting way. Some of our biggest gigs come to us. I had no idea. I signed on. I thought it was 2 episodes.
Right.
I knew and understood the business at the time, though.
Right.
If you bring something a little different than what they're giving you. And remember, they didn't give me much.
Right.
I did all the work. I've always been that way.
Right.
I'm a perfectionist. I'm OCD when it comes to preparation, if I have the opportunity. And I had a little bit of time, so I wrote tons of backstory. And I made different choices that went against what they were doing.
Wow.
And I always try and, I want to believe in the integrity of my character, whatever they're doing. Inherently in writing, and this is all respect to the wonderful writers on Supernatural, but, you've got B and C storylines, and oftentimes they're written in a surface way. And I always tell this to young actors, giving you an opportunity to bring much more to the table. And if they see what you've brought and you pique their interest, it's compelling, you're possibly giving yourself an opportunity for these writers to write for it, because a good writer will see that and be like, oh, interesting. That's great.
It also makes their job easier if they see the talent, like, oh, thank God, now I can use this guy.
100%. And they want to write for it. And so I really tried to do that with this, even not knowing how far and where it was going to go.
When they said action, how much at that point in the first episode did you know about your guy?
As I remember, it was what I told you. They were like, look, you're one angel.
Wow.
You're claiming you're Ezekiel, a well-respected, upstanding, wonderful angel.
Sure. Right.
But you're actually Gadriel.
Right.
And then I did a little, research on the actual real angel Gadriel and what happened to him and didn't know how much of that was incorporated the story. So they were very different characters, but there were qualities that were the same at one point with Gadriel. At one point, Gadriel was a very honorable angel, a soldier and well trusted. So I gave those 2 elements in there. I made some choices. I went in on the day. It was a very big day of shooting. And I'll tell you this, and I've told this story at pretty much every Supernatural convention I've ever done with you boys for, 12 years now.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's, the director comes to me right before we are about to do the scene, this one particular scene. And he goes, hey, would you like to see what Jared's done? And I said, what Jared's done with what? And he goes, we did a scene where he plays Ezekiel, Gadriel, the other day. And that's one thing that hadn't been shared with me. I was told that I was the first one doing it. So I'd be setting the precedent.
Oh, God.
This is incredibly important information. That gave me a little peace, right? Because I was, they're not giving me information, but I'm the first one doing this. I'm going to be okay. I'm setting the precedent. I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're setting the template here.
Yeah. I'm setting the template. I'm, this is whatever choices I make.
Right.
The lead of the show might look at it and take from it, maybe not, but I'm going first, so it's all good. So literally right before we do the scene, I'm not joking, 5 minutes before to take, he goes, hey, do you want to see what Jared did? And I said,
Oh my God.
What he did with what? And he goes, well, with playing Gadriel, because we picked up a scene, we changed schedule. So we shot with him the other night. And I was like,
oh my God.
yeah, are you serious?
Dude.
Like, did he make, and he's like, oh yeah, he did a bunch of cool stuff with it. And I'm like, we're about to go. You're telling me, right? He goes, yeah, you got a couple minutes. You want to see it? And I go, yeah, I think I want to see that. I want to see that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's the lead of the show. So you might,
Good a guy.
yeah, you must have like way more confidence in my talent than I do. Cause I'm telling you right now, instant panic attack. This is going to screw me.
That's
You're
hilarious.
sabotaging me.
That's
like, what am I going to be able to
crazy.
incorporate in 5 minutes? Like seriously. So he shows me the thing, and it was he was a blessing in disguise in some ways, because Jared had made, from what I've seen of his work in previous episodes, and I'd only seen a few episodes, but he was doing the scene where his angels, or his wings are shown, and he becomes like Ezekiel, and the broken wings come out, and he was being very specific at his movement. It was almost like it was angelic. It was like almost superhero like it was almost like a stage like movement. He was very purposeful in the way he moved, and I felt like he was changing something in his cadence, the way he was speaking.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I can use some of that. I didn't let it sabotage me completely. Like I'm going to try and imitate that completely.
Right.
But that movement, at least, I can incorporate in the scene I'm about to do.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the biggest dose of, like, I would equate that anxiety that the director gave me to, and I know this has happened to you guys, where you think you're up on the latest pages, and you realize that there's actually a rewrite that you've missed.
Right.
And you're about to do a monologue in a scene, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you didn't
Yeah.
get the latest rewrite? Or they come to you when you're about to do it, and they're like, hey, we made a few changes.
It's like now you're suddenly
Yeah.
the kid in Whiplash.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like,
Well, it also goes to show like how little time there is on episodic television. There just is not a lot of time. There's not really rehearsal. They rarely have table reads anymore. And so you're going in and it's go time. That's crazy, because we were saying there's a scene in this episode where you're inside Jared, but it's Jared as the actor. And we're like, wow, he's doing a great job
Yeah.
of being Tahmoh in that scene.
Exactly.
And he might have shot that before.
There's been lots of compliments from the fans over the years, like, hey, you did such a great job, imitating it. But the fact is, like, it was minutes before, and I did what I could. I think honestly, we just kind of aligned. And there's similarities. We're both similar size. There's similarities between the two of us. So
Yeah, it's like me and Rich.
very similar.
We're the shorter version of you guys. And you have a lot of scenes with Jensen. Did you guys, was that a fun experience? You guys get on right away?
every time I worked with him was amazing.
Yeah.
And I always say this, I love Jensen because he brings it. Man, at that point in my career, I'd already worked enough and been in the business enough to experience. And unfortunately, we've all experienced this. Sometimes you have generous actors. It's often the case because they're true actors. They understand the art form. They understand that it's a dance. It's reciprocal. It's a give and take, accept and offer. It's a beautiful thing. But part of that is being generous and selfless enough with your energy that when the camera's not on you, you might have given it all for your coverage, but you got to give it back to that actor so he can do his thing.
Right.
Unfortunately, in this business, sometimes with leads on shows, especially people who've been doing it for a very long time, and they're working 14 hours a day, 12 hours a day, they get tired, and they might not be as generous when they're giving it to the other actor, especially someone who's there for an episode, maybe two. It's
Yeah.
and I've always had the utmost respect for actors who, regardless of the weight they're carrying, the responsibility, the duty, the weight of being a lead, it's a heavy burden to carry.
Yeah.
The energy on a show, the vibe, the attitude, the way that everybody treats each other is always set by the leads. And we know that, right? We've all been in this business a long time.
Yeah.
And I'd already had a wonderful experience with Jared, who I really liked, but we weren't really sharing scenes, right? Jensen and I,
Right.
from the very first scene we had, and it was in the episode that we're discussing.
Yeah.
He was so present,
Yeah.
and he brought it, and he brings it every single time. And in the six episodes that I did, in season 9, anytime I was working with Jensen, man, I so look forward to it because he brought it, man. And you know me, man. I love the art form. I come in ready. Yeah. I've done work, especially intense scenes. That's my jam. I'm into it. And he was there 100% every time. He was so generous. I love that, man.
And season 9, man, he's 9. Yeah, they're 9 years into this show at this point. And, and it kept going. I mean, I had that experience in season 15 where you're like, man, you are still bringing your 100%, which matters.
Yeah, because people start dialing it in, man. We see so many examples of that. You get tired. You got a wife. You got kids. You're working 14 hours a day. You're away from home. Yeah. It's difficult to get through those days. But this guy, every time, man, he's there.
Well, Rich, I'm sure your experience with that too as a director, right? I mean,
well, the whole, that's one of the things I think that made Supernatural lore through other actors have a good reputation.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we've told the story a bunch on this show, but it's true. I started as an actor in season 2. I directed in season 15. Every single time I was on that set, when there's a new guest star, both those guys would walk up and introduce themselves.
Love it.
Every time.
Every time.
I don't care if it's one line guy behind the counter playing a clerk or the new guest star, the new big.
Yeah.
They were always like, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here.
Absolutely sincere.
And by the way, you get better performances.
100%.
From your co-stars, if you make them feel at home and comfortable.
And unfortunately, it's not always that way.
It's not.
No. It's sad. You know what's sad? It's sad that we're sitting here and talking about it.
Yeah.
Because it should be so normal that we don't go, and they didn't treat me like garbage.
You can be a veteran actor, man. You can be a veteran actor and you can go into, we've all done this, where you're doing a guest star, which can be the worst. And none of those leads come in and they're like, hey, how are you? Oh, great. Yeah, it's good to have you. Yeah, great. And then they go in the scene. Like, insincere. And again, respectfully, I don't know the drama that they're dealing with, say, their wife at home or their husband, or maybe the other lead actor. I've been on those shows too, where the two leads don't get along. You come on a set and that tension is palpable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nobody's giving you the heads up.
Oh, yeah.
So you're like, the first thing you do is it me? Am I pissing? Like, I'm feeling really weird vibes here.
Yeah.
It's already hard enough on your first day, man. You've got nerves.
Totally.
Even if it's that, you're coming onto a new show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes, oftentimes that's not the case, and they're not as giving as those two boys were. And the fact that they did that, it calms people's anxieties. They always did that. Even, even when people are too serious, they're always taking the piss, man. They're throwing a joke in there, and it's good. It deflates things.
Sure.
It set a real tone.
Right.
They keep it fun. And it kept those long days so much more just easier to do, man.
Yeah.
Everybody could come through because those guys always kept it light.
So listen, dude, you come to Supernatural from a hit TV show. You're coming off a genre hit show. Kind of, I mean, Battlestar, I don't want to get my timeline wrong, but I felt like Battlestar was a groundbreaking genre show that had taken, obviously space and TV had been owned by Star Trek for generations. Here comes Battlestar, that's an old IP that's being reinvented and is a big success. Probably a big deal in Vancouver for all the actors who want to be on it. You guys have your own team and your own unit. 2 questions about it. Number one, what was the experience like going from being that guy on that show to being on somebody else's show? That's a transition, right? You were part of a team and now you're coming in as a guest on somebody's team. One question. And secondly, you're in this genre world and outside of the actual work on the set, you have a blast radius as a convention goer and as a guy who has a fan base based on your work in the convention space. What has it been like navigating those two worlds, and how much intersection is there between the fan base of Battlestar and Supernatural?
Yeah, see, the thing is, when I came to the show, I mean, we've been speaking about it already. We've been speaking about the transition it wasn't difficult because I came in because the boys were welcoming. Wasn't given a lot of information as an actor, but that's often the case. So I made my own choices. And I would argue, and I say this with humility, but I would argue because I stuck to my own choices, because I was a bit of a veteran, because I was coming off of an excellent series with fantastic.
Yeah, you had the confidence of coming off something really great where you were great on it.
Exactly. Because the writing was so exceptional on that show. And by the last few seasons of that show, as good as the writing was, there was it was so collaborative, boys. It was so collaborative. The directors that we had coming back.
We're talking Battlestar right now, right?
We're talking Battlestar. Because of that, they really, they gave us so much respect and in terms of our characters. And if we were on scene and wanted to offer something outside of the writing or just a line or deviate for something, or we didn't feel that something tracked, they were always like receptive to it and open to changing it. And because it was so collaborative and so respectful in that way, it gives you a real confidence in your craft. So coming into Supernatural, making those choices, knowing I was in a position I was very much on my own in the beginning, I think because of those choices, I may have, and I say this again with humility, given those writers an opportunity. They were like, you know what? More than 2 episodes, we can carry this storyline on a bit. Right. Being an actor in this business, we all know we don't count anything. Like even when I book a big gig, until I've got the first day in the can, I'm not really celebrating. I'm exciting.
Dude, you and I are so the same
Gotta
way.
be first day in the can.
I mean, I always say until my tires leave the tarmac, I don't ever count it for anything.
Exactly. That sounds like a good sound. I love it. You just don't count on it, man, because nothing is for sure. Hey, you could get fired. Yeah. We've heard those stories. People go in a set.
The production can get canceled. They could eliminate the character. There's myriad things that happen.
A myriad of things. And I just had it happen recently, actually. Yeah. And I was saying with caution, my lady and I, my mom were discussing it. And I was cautiously saying, well, it's good. Yeah. The deal's almost done and I'm very excited about it. And then within 24 hours, the deal was suddenly on pause because of an issue and a health concern with the other actor. And I was like, there you go. So once I realized we were going to be getting more episodes, I think they said, okay, well, there might be 4 now. They're going to write you into 2 more. I was excited. I wasn't privy to the fan base of Supernatural just yet. I remember one of my first scenes and working with Misha, and he was like, yeah, man, so you did Battlestar and you guys do a lot of conventions and stuff. And I'm like, hey, man, I've been doing them, for 10 years, 12 years, something, I don't know. I was like, I'm all about the convention world. I love it. The fans are amazing. They're loyal.
Wow.
I'm an old hand at it. It's everything. And I think at that point, Misha had been doing the conventions and he was like, yeah, man, our fan base is like really growing. It's really something, maybe you can do the conventions. I was like, I would love to, can't wait. And then cut to me starting to do the conventions with you guys, the creation thing. And man, like there's always the little breaks where I don't see you guys for a couple of years, go back, do them again.
Yeah.
I hold that whole period and it's been significant. It's well over a decade.
Yeah.
So dear in my heart. We've been able to travel the world. We've been able to have such intimate time together. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've spent as much time with you guys as I have with certain family members growing up. The amount of time that we've had on the road, breaking bread, having drinks, regaling each other with stories, traveling, seeing, like all the times we spent in Europe and Rome, seeing, beautiful historical sites and different locations. And it's so formative. It's so dear to me. It's such important time that I've spent with you guys. I'm so grateful. Whenever I think about it, I get a warm feeling. It's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And I was thinking today,
it is.
And I know we've totally digressed in a different direction. I didn't answer the second part of your question, but this is good. I was thinking today, like, the traveling band, the musical aspect, the incredible emceeing that you do, Rich, and you with your band, Rob, like what differentiates these conventions in particular and the way that we've done them with creation. It's like you liken it to like just different eras, man. Maybe the 50s and the 60s and the big bands that would travel on tour, and that was the norm of it.
Right.
And and I've heard that from the fans too. And it's such a specific thing, everyone, you're offering so much to the fans. There's so many different actors who play different roles. You've got the musical aspect and the experience for them the entire weekend is the reason that it's so unique and it's so consistent and it's so special that it hasn't waned for the fans. They know what they're going to get and they're still coming back for more. And it's really incredible after this many years and even the show being done, that there's still this core fan base and even new fan base. To your point earlier, Rich, when you said there was a whole, like we all remember when suddenly there was this whole new demographic of like teenagers coming, like late teens, college students. And now we were all like, who are these kids?
Yeah.
And they were all like, oh, it's on Netflix now. Yeah. I've marathoned the whole thing.
Right.
And you're like, what? The whole thing?
Right.
They're like, it's amazing. We love it. Because it changed. There was a very consistent demographic of women and men who came to our show of a respectable age. And then suddenly we had this whole new onslaught of kids college kids coming. And I was like, wow, where did they come from?
Yeah.
It's not normal. That's not the norm for really any show.
Yeah.
Even other shows that people have marathon.
Right.
I wasn't finding that experience when I was doing other conventions for Battlestar or, Dollhouse or what have you. But because of the age of streaming and it's been around for so long, it's starting to happen. But this unique thing with the Supernatural conventions and the core audience and the fans it really is so special and unique, man. They're just incredibly loyal and insatiable. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they are the ears listening to this podcast right now, and we are blessed with one of the best fandoms in TV.
100%.
Can we talk about the fact that you're going to be joining us back on the road? Is this talkable about?
I don't think they've released it, but why not?
Yeah. So Tahmoh's going to be joining us in the convention tour, Robbie, this year.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Back in
all right.
Yeah,
fold,
dude.
man.
I'm very excited about it. I think I'm doing four cities. I can't quite remember where it is, but there's a couple of them that I haven't done.
Great.
Never done Charlotte. So I'm excited about that because I've never been to the Carolinas. So that'll be cool. And then I think I'm doing Nashville and I'm doing...
Great.
Can't remember the other two. I'll find out.
That's awesome.
Great.
Well, we're going to be glad to have you on the road. And you got to come back and talk more about your character as it develops throughout the season.
I'd love to, man. It's been an absolute pleasure, boys.
Thank you, Tahmoh.
We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, this is Rob. There's never been a time where I haven't needed a therapist. Even before I started seeing a therapist, I needed a therapist. And what I didn't know before I started seeing a therapist was that it's a sounding board, if nothing else. It's a place, a person you can go to who's not related to you, has no skin in the game, but they are someone that will listen to you for an hour. Now, finding the right therapist is the difficult part. And finding one who actually takes insurance, well, that's where most online therapy platforms fall short. Many don't work with insurance at all, which means you're stuck paying the full cost out of pocket or paying an expensive monthly subscription. Rula does things differently. They partner with over 100 insurance plans, making the average copay just $15 per session. That's real therapy from licensed professionals at a price that actually makes sense. Think about it. You use your insurance benefits to maintain your physical health, right? So why wouldn't you do the same for your mental health? And Rula isn't just about affordability. The whole experience is tailored around you. Other online therapy platforms might match you with the first available provider, whether or not they're the right fit. But Rula considers your goals, your preferences, your background to provide you with a curated list of licensed, in-network therapists who are actually aligned with what you need, because they know that finding the right therapist can make all the difference. So, no wait lists, no frustrating back and forth. Rula makes it easy to find a mental health provider who is accepting new patients, and appointments are available as soon as tomorrow, whenever tomorrow is, from whenever you're listening to this. Plus, Rula sticks with you throughout the journey, so they check in to make sure you're okay and that your care is helping you move forward. You're bound to find the right one for you. Rula partners with a network of over 15,000 therapists and psychiatrists nationwide, enabling you to find your personalized solution and the right therapist for you based on your needs, preferences, and state requirements. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/supernatural to get started. After you sign up, you'll be asked how you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know we sent you. So go to rula.com/supernatural and tell them Supernatural Then and Now sent you. You deserve mental health care that works with you and not against your budget.
Starting or growing your own business can be intimidating and lonely at times. Your to-do list may feel endless with new tasks, and lists can easily begin to overrun your life. So finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything as a built-in business partner can be a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Gymshark, Rare Beauty, and Heinz, to brands just getting started. Shopify has hundreds of ready-to-use templates that can help you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. And you can tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool that you need. And if people haven't heard about your brand, you can get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns to reach customers wherever they're scrolling or strolling. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
Hey there, thanks for listening. Now, back to the episode.
All the way from Whitehorse, Yukon, that was Tahmoh Penikett.
Man, I love him. I love that guy.
I do too, man. I have such fond memories of hanging out with that dude in various cities across the United States.
Yeah.
I know him first as a person.
Yeah.
Before I know his work as an actor. And I love him as an actor. I love that guy as a guy.
Yeah.
Just a good dude to hang out with.
And there are other people coming up that'll fit this as well, where we knew them as a person. I knew them as a person first.
Right.
And now we're getting to see their work on Supernatural. So it's fun.
Yep.
Super fun for us.
Tahmoh is one of those people, and what a treat. I'm so glad he was here. And we do, as his character gets more complex, because I know it does, we need to have him back and talk some more.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Rob, it's time for us to move on to our next segment. And that segment, this time in season 9, it has a whole, I assume, until I read the page here, it's got to be rebranded completely. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's still mythology, 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 mythology.
While in the hospital, Sam has deathbed visions of Bobby and Dean.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Deathbed visions, DBVs.
DBVs, I like to call them DBVs, Robbie.
Are experiences reported by the dying, typically in the final hours, days, or weeks of life, in which they see, hear, or communicate with deceased loved ones, religious figures, or comforting presences invisible to others. Unlike hallucinations associated with medication, Rob's normal Saturday drug use, or delirium, DBVs tend to be vivid, coherent, and deeply meaningful to the person experiencing them. They almost universally produce a sense of peace and reduce fear of death rather than distress.
Well, there you go. You should calm down a little bit.
Okay.
Next time you're taking a suppository labeled DBV, just ride the snake, buddy. Don't fight it.
The phenomenon spans cultures and centuries, documented across medical literature, hospice care settings, and personal accounts worldwide. Researchers have noted that patients often describe being visited by deceased relatives who seem to be waiting for them or guiding them forward.
Well, here's a couple of real-world incidents for you.
Tell me.
James Moore, in 1948, a terminally ill man in an Ohio hospital, reported repeated visits from his deceased mother in his final days. Nursing staff noted he would hold conversations with an unseen presence, appearing calm and comforted. He passed peacefully shortly thereafter.
And Sir William Barrett's wife, 1926, Lady Florence Barrett, an obstetric surgeon, witnessed a dying patient named Doris claim to see her deceased father and then expressed surprise that her recently dead sister was with him, a death Doris had never been told about.
What?
Whoa.
Hold on, this is so confusing. Witnessed a dying patient named Doris. Is Doris a guy? No, Doris claimed to see her deceased father, then expressed surprise that her recently dead sister was with her deceased father. Gotcha.
Here's what I don't understand.
Why is this called Sir William Barrett's wife? Why is it just Lady Florence Barrett?
She just witnessed it.
Yeah. Why does she get second billing in her own vision? That's so weird. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, as hard as we laughed, that's not nearly as hard as we're going to laugh at the fun facts. Fun facts! Fun facts! Fun facts! Fun facts!
As Richard told us already, the title of the episode comes from the featured song in the musical Annie.
Did you know that when you saw it?
Did not.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I just was like that. I didn't. That didn't ring a bell. That was exactly what it was.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
Yeah. What? So tell us what the title of the episode was in another country.
Well, I know the Hungarian title. I can tell you that. It's Ast Hizem Boldogulak, which loosely translates into I think I'll manage.
It's I think, comma, I'll manage.
I'll manage. I think I'll manage.
I'll manage.
I think, therefore I manage. I don't know. That's a weird translation. Maybe the Japanese have something more on point. Robbie?
Oh, gosh. I don't speak Japanese, unfortunately. I wish I did, but...
we got to get on that Duolingo. We really got to
I know.
Follow through.
But loosely translated, it's the The happy fun boat that kills you. Yeah. The episode was shot second, although it aired first, and this was due to scheduling conflicts from Osric Chow and Mark Shepard. Well, la-di-da.
Wait, what happened?
Osric Chow and Mark Shepard said, you know what, we can't make it, so you're going to have to flip around the schedule for us.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I wish I had that kind of power.
I wish I did, too.
Yeah, we don't.
Wow.
After Dean kills Bobby inside Sam's mind and starts punching Sam, Dean, punches Sam 3 times on the left side of his face. Yet Sam's right cheek is cut and bruised.
Ooh.
You know why?
Why?
Death is a mirror image of life.
Yeah.
So anything that happens in death results in
Wow.
a physical manifestation
Good eye.
on the opposite side.
Good eye. That does make sense, actually.
Yep.
Yeah. So it wasn't, no one made a mistake on that.
No.
They did exactly what they were supposed to do.
It's exactly right.
Right.
It'd be like in death, if you shaved your mustache and left your beard.
Uh-huh.
In life, you have no beard, just a huge mustache.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we're off to a good start, everybody. Season 9, I like you already.
I like it, yeah.
You're Willie, you're Wiley.
Here we go. Let's do it. Season 9.
Ezekiel is Gadriel, and Gadriel is Ezekiel.
So we are led to believe. We're going to get to the bottom of it all as the saga continues.
So you stay tuned. This episode of Supernatural features Jared Padalecki as Sam Winchester, Jensen Ackles as Dean Winchester, and Misha Collins as Castiel.
Guest stars include Sir William Barrett, Tahmoh Penikett, Doris, Jim Beaver, Lady Barrett, Julian Richings, and Grace Gillum.
I Think I'm Gonna Like It Here was written by Jeremy Carver and directed by John F. Showalter.
Editing by Nicole Baer. Music by Christopher Lennertz.
Sound engineer was Justin Herman.
Nice work, Justin. Executive produced by Robert Singer and Jeremy Carver.
Supernatural was created by Eric Kripke.
This episode featured the following songs. Who Do You Love?
Who Do You Love?
Great Season 8 recap. All cut to Who Do You Love by George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers.
And also the original song Soul Sucker by Timothy Andrew Edwards.
This episode originally aired on October 8th, 2013.
This episode of Supernatural Then and Now was hosted and executive produced by Richard Spade Jr. and Rob Benedict.
Produced by Stephen Hine. Written by Stephen Hine, Sir William Barrett, and Haida Holscher.
And edited and associate produced by Trey Booty.
What's up, Sir William Barrett?
Music provided by Tim Wynn.
This episode was recorded with the help of Sonic Fuel Studios.
This podcast is from Story Mill Media.
Follow the podcast on Instagram and YouTube at SPN Then and Now.
Become a member of the podcast to get early access, chat rooms with other podcast fans, and video interviews at patreon.com/SPN Then and Now.
I don't care what Rob says. We love the fans. And so...
What?
I just got shrapnel, and I had no idea.
I really do this podcast for one reason and one reason only, to make myself laugh.
I miss you guys.
And
I
mission
miss
accomplished.
just hearing the banter between you two.
Sir William Barrett's, and also Sir William Barrett has absolutely nothing to do with the story.
Lady Florence Barrett just got mansplained her own dead Beth vision.
And she's not like, it should at the very least be Lady Florence Barrett's patient.
And here's the other thing. It's also Doris's dead Beth visit.
It's Doris. Doris should be the headline. Wow, season 9. Wow.
Maybe far away or maybe real nearby. I'd like to do my Annie review for you right now.
It's good.
Story Mill Media.
A 24-year-old burning alive inside his own apartment. Police waited outside for 38 minutes. Think about that as a parent. Your son is in there for over half an hour while first responders stay outside the door. Was this an accident? A suicide? Questions linger when the evidence finally comes to the surface. A specific section on both wrists unburned, a clean knife, and a room full of debris as if it could have been placed there after the fire. His death was ruled a suicide before he was officially pronounced dead. Hours earlier, he would tell his parents that if his wife found out he was leaving, she would go ballistic. That's our episode, She'd Go Ballistic, The Suspicious Death of David Elmquist. This is Crime Salad. We look at the cases where the official story doesn't hold up. We look at the holes in the investigation, and we help families fight for accountability. I'm Ashley.
I'm Ricky.
Search for Crime Salad wherever you listen.
The war is over, and both sides lost. Kingdoms were reduced to cinders, and armies scattered like bones in the dust. Now the survivors claw to what's left of a broken world, praying the darkness chooses someone else tonight. But in the Shadow Dark, the darkness always wins. This is old school adventuring at its most cruel. Your torch ticks down in real time, and when that flame dies, something else rises to finish the job. This is a brutal rules-light nightmare with a story that emerges organically based on the decisions that the characters make. This is what it felt like to play RPGs in the 80s, and man, it is so good to be back. Join the Glass Cannon podcast as we plunge into the Shadow Dark every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/theglasscannon, with the podcast version dropping the next day. See what everybody's talking about and join us in the dark.